Speedway. Let's take a look at the starting grid for the Bank of America 500 for Saturday night. Jeff Gordon, his first pole in 33 races since November of 09.
Yeah, first one here at Charlotte since the year 2000, so great job.
Yeah, teammate Mark Mark starting fourth.
Well, what a great run also for RPM. Richard Petty Motorsports, A.J. Allmendinger, Paul Menard, Elliott Sadler, all in the top 10. Some interesting mixes amongst that group. Here is the second set.
The fastest in practice, Ryan Newman, Joe Logano ended up just outside the top 10.
That's what we saw. We saw a lot of the cars that were fast in practice not really get it done in qualifying. Jeff Gordon was in the 30s in practice and put it on the pole.
Four other chase contenders in this group. You saw them there highlighted. Here is also Biffle, Hamlin, Harvick, Tony Stewart in this group.
Yeah, a lot of making up. Of course, they've got 500 miles on Saturday night to do it, so no panic there, but have to go through a lot of traffic.
A little bit further back, rows 16 through 20, and you can see that there is Bill Elliott gets in with the Champions Provisional. J.J. Yeley, you heard his team just breathing a sigh of relief as they're the last three to make it in to the starting grid. Let's talk to our pole sitter. How about it, Doc?
Thank you very much, Marty. By the way, this becomes his 69th career pole, which ties him for third all-time with Cale Yarborough. Pretty good guy to be tied with there, Jeff. Congratulations on the pole. What does this do for you and this whole race team?
I mean, I'm just shocked. You know, if you look at our practice speeds and how hard we were trying to run fast laps, I think it's actually a blessing that we weren't good in practice today because, you know, we were really hoping the track would come to us, and great call by Steve, and, you know, the work that was done by our engineers and working with our teammates, looking at their setups, and got to thank them. And, you know, I'm just absolutely shocked. I mean, we have been working so hard trying to get a pole this year. I've been driving the wheels off of it, and we're 15th, 16th. Kansas, we were third, and that was a great run. But, you know, tonight, I just was not expecting that at all, and I'm really happy and excited, and it does a lot for us. I mean, here at Charlotte, track position is important. Confidence, you know, is always good, and this definitely gives us a lot of that going into Sunday's or Saturday night's race.
So you got your pole. Now, your first win came here back in 1994. What's the key for your next win coming here on Saturday night?
You know, we just have to go to work tomorrow and practice, get the car balanced out right. And again, just like today, the track conditions change so much from day to night that it's all about trying to predict and guess what the track's going to do under those cooler conditions. You know, it's really cool out here, and it's probably going to be pretty cool here Saturday night. So, you know, it doesn't matter what the car's doing in practice. You got to go off experience, notes, talk to your teammates, debrief, and you know, make some really good decisions for Saturday night, and then try to keep up with it all night. So this is certainly half the battle, and now we go to the next part of the battle starting tomorrow in practice.
You mentioned your teammate Jimmie Johnson, and Steve Letarte had told a bunch of us last week, if there's a team that's going to beat Jimmie Johnson for the championship, it's going to be you guys and Jeff Gordon. Why so much confidence?
Well, you know, we're really strong, really consistent team. We know we've got the equipment. You know, there's a lot of good teams out there right now, and the 48 is really strong. We've gone to battle with them in the championship before, and they certainly have the upper hand right now, and we're doing, you know, we're trying to do to them what they did to us in 07, you know. But in order to do that, we got to really start stepping it up, and this is definitely a sign that that's capable of happening for this DuPont Chevy team.
Hey, congratulations on the pole.
All right, thank you.
Jeff Gordon on the pole for the 8th time at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Let's hear from his crew chief, Steve Letarte. Vince?
How about that 33rd in the final practice, Steve, and then you put it on the pole? What'd you do to that race car before qualifying?
Well, you know, I have to hand it to the whole DuPont team. You know, that's one thing this team's very good at is they never get their heads down, and they always keep their heads up, working in the right direction. The engineers put their heads together. We sat down with Jeff. We just went over a lot of what the 5 had. We were really close to him, and he was fast, and we weren't. So we could look at some of their information. We changed some, and I think we made the car a little better, but I think that one there is mostly driver.
We talked a lot about the advantages of being on the pole, not just starting up front, but also your pit selection. How important is that here at Charlotte?
Well, I'm excited. You know, the DuPont Big Crew last week were phenomenal. They kept us in the game all day long, and hoping they could show up again on Saturday night being at pit stall 1. You know, you're not guaranteed to win when you start from the pole. You're not guaranteed anything, but you're guaranteed maybe a little bit easier start to the race than starting back in 15th or 20th where we have been starting. So, you know, maybe that means we can have a good Saturday night and finally win us one, maybe get some points going in the right direction.
So much of the practice today under the sun, and then what kind of changes do you look to make for practice tomorrow evening?
You know, we've been behind the Charlotte all year because we had all-day practice in May, and then we crashed in the All-Star race. We never really were that good in the 600. So we had very little baseline coming here. So it's important to get a good qualifying run, and now maybe we have a little bit more of a baseline. This is a great weekend for us because we have night practice tomorrow, or at least early evening, and that hopefully will be a good sign for the race.
Yeah, great start to the weekend. Well done. Steve Letarte and his driver, Jeff Gordon, on the pole for this race Saturday night. Marty?
Well, and we talk about how track conditions change from day to night. Let's go back to the May race where Ryan Newman had the pole at 28.79 seconds. That would get him 39th in this event.
Well, it shows you how much these teams have learned, really, about the spoiler, the car. The spoiler was very, very new in May when they came here, so they've learned a ton about how to set their cars up for it. And the track has still got a lot of grip.
Well, we've gone through qualifying. Now it's time to talk about race setup. For that, let's shift over to Tim Brewer in the Craftsman Tech Garage.